How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews, back to yet another review. Little bit of Florida-born pale ale time in the form of Southern Swells Brewing. It's their Comfy Jeans. Yeah, pale ale. 5.4% alcohol by volume. So not so small, but small enough. Yeah, first things first, thank you very much, Cameron, for sending this off. He sent me off a... Thank you very much, Carson, for sending this off. He sent me off a bunch of little bits and pieces of Florida goodness not too long ago, and this is one of them. A bit smaller beer, but more basic of a beer. A lot of the stuff I had from Southern Swells has been like a little bit of lactose this, a little bourbon barrel aged that, so it's nice to get the stuff that's kind of just small, little, tiny, and basic in a good way. I hate using that word. Anyway, as far as what it says in here, it says Southern Swells Comfy Jeans Pale Ale. As reliable as your most comfy jeans, this pale ale is easy drinking, but full of character. The combination of Enigma, Vic Secret, and Galaxy hops provide notes of tropical fruit with subtle pine. Done and done. It's a black and white photo of comfy jeans. And there you go. So, really, not much else to say about that, other than let's pour this sucker. See what she's got. Moving at the moment, so camera angles will be a little bit different than what you're used to, so you might not see this pour perfectly, but you get the gist, baby. So yeah, I can actually smell this tropical fruit from here. Melon, cantaloupe, out to wazoo. Pinky finger, fat glass pinky finger. Kind of rocky on both the top and the edges, but at the same time somewhere in between, not necessarily rocky or fluffy. And yeah, she's got that haze, baby. I mean, look at that, just big, nice juicy haziness, hopeful juicy haziness, but at the same time in a smaller beer, so that's pretty cool. Let's see if we can get a nose on her. That smells fucking fantastic. It smells like what really turns me on with these lowerish ABV kind of pale ales. Again, 5.4%. Not necessarily in your session range, but a smaller beer, but it smells more of kind of a hazy IPA than anything else. Getting big wafts of melon in there, you're getting your citrus, you're getting stone fruit, you're actually getting a whole gamut of it. And it's pretty well blended, definitely tropical fruit leaning, nice sweetness to it, but you can tell there's a nice kind of bitterness underneath it that I think is really going to come out in the taste. So let's just dive into it. Cheers. Yeah, definitely flip the script. From the sweetness to the bittering in the mouth, there's a really nice, big, kind of nutty, kind of crackery malt thing going on, which adds an extra component to it. The bittering, it's definitely green leaning, but it's kind of coming off a little bit kind of generic, but leaning green. And that fruited menage of pretty delectable goodness that was there in the nose is there in the taste, smaller, but still definitely kind of perceivable. While it's in the nose, you're getting, oh wow, I'm getting that mangoes. I'm getting a bit of that stone fruit. I'm getting a nice portion of that sweet and kind of citrus. Nothing too bitter, nothing too righty. Here it's a bit more tighter, a bit more generic, a bit more kind of where the green is a little bit more pronounced in the mouth. That sweetness, that juiciness, that fruity portion of the show that the hops are showing off is coming off a bit more kind of generic in the taste. Not a bad thing. It's not, I hesitate to use the word generic because it's not necessarily generic tasting. It is more that it's not as definable, not as precise, but still pretty tasty stuff. Drink's way bigger than 5.4%. Yeah, super chuggable. Definitely not in that session range as far as beers go. I think that bittering, a bit of dryness from the yeast, kind of weigh a little bit heavier on your palate, so it's definitely something you can drink a can or two of. Not necessarily something you would session out all night long. At least I don't think I could. But pretty tasty stuff. Some of the, let's put it this way, might be the best low ABV pale ale that I've had outside of the Northeast. I think I might have some Chicago stuff that was up here, maybe even a skosh better. But yeah, this is pretty damn good stuff. Not too shabby. So let's talk about it. It's one of the better smaller pails that I've had as of late. Yes, while some do really trump it for me, whether it be a couple of the Cloudwater things that I got from Gary, or whether it be some of the Equilibrium stuff I got up there, it's up there. It's, you know, with those guys, although those ones are a little bit better for me. Value and availability, no idea. Maybe Carson can chime in on that and let us know what's what, and leave you with, if you like what we like this, if you like chuggable, tasty, hoppy beers. Because that's what this is. There's enough bitterness there to appease the bitterness crowd. There's enough of that juiciness there to kind of appease the kind of sweet fruitiness crowd out there, the Haysboro crowd. So it kind of foots all bills in a nice, tidy, lower ABV package, which I kind of really dig. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't, anywhere in between, down there, Words and Stuff and Things. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped, Massive Beers, all 4 of those places. If you want to check me out doing the social media. If you want to check me out doing the podcasting, Beer Massive, type that into the Google or the podcastings apps, and you'll find me there doing brewery interviews and brewer interviews. I'd actually interview the brewery because it wouldn't say anything because it's an inanimate object. And have brewer interviews, roundtable, stuff like that. So there you go. Another review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice chuggable pale ale right now, and hope we'll see you next time. Cheers.